you sometimes?
Yes, of course you can. Oh, there we go. So, there we go.
No.
And the poster is...
yeah, and we don't want reflections.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I tried very hard to turn the window so that the lighting would be perfect. So, speaking of lighting, you didn't use a lot of artificial lighting for this film.
No, the concept was to not use any artificial light, but for a very reasons out of our control, sometimes we had to use it. So I had some lights in the truck that I would never use, except when sometimes we ran out of daylight. So, or sometimes, we had a scene at night in a forest in the middle of nowhere, and it was raining. So I had to put a fake moon, because otherwise we'd have nothing. Right. And it's not a radio show, so we have to see a little bit. But mostly, it was always the sun. The inside the houses, I would just control the practical, all the lamps, the lights there. I would control the Venetian blind if there's sun so I could control the light coming inside from the windows. But yeah,
this is a technique that you used in Dallas Buyers Club last year.
Yeah, it's the first time we used it on the features. On a feature, it was a Dallas Buyers Club. Before that, we did it in some commercials, some crazy commercials back home. And Dallas, it was almost for money reason, because we have not a lot of times, 24 days of shoot, and not a lot of money. So we said, let's try to shoot a movie without the crew, with only a camera, handheld, and have 3 or 4 lenses. That's it.
Right. And this one you used a small crew as well.
But if you look, technically we had a lot of people, we had a lot more people, but on the set, no. It was maybe between 7 and 10, 12 people, but it was maybe 60 people working for us, because a movie like that, there's a lot of transportation people, logistics and everything. So these people would not be on the set, but they were very important. So at the wrap party, we were 60 people easily.
But when you were shooting on location, you used about, what'd you say, 12 people?
Typical scenes, especially outside, would be me, the focus puller, his assistant, Jean-Marc, two sound people, so it's 7. A grip to help me not trip in rocks and cactus and everything. 8, 9. So with someone makeup standby, between 7 and 12, I would say.
And that's because you're shooting out in the wild?
Yeah, and we want to have the possibility to shoot. Not that I want to turn around the actors, but I want to be able to shoot. You after that, not cutting and shoot, so we don't have time to wait to move a light or a reflector or a flag or something. Jean-Max likes sometimes to shoot if it's a small scene, a short scene, in one slate. We do a slate and we shoot without cutting for 15, 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
And of course, go on.
Yeah, but everybody even the actors love it. Because you don't lose the concentration.
Right. And you're able to do this because, for one, you're shooting digital. You shot.
We could do that in film too, but nothing. This always, especially in Dallas, there's some situation where, I had a restaurant at night scene where I only lit them with 3 little candles. On film, I think would have looked milky and grainy and everything like that. So that's most of the difference. But we shoot digital, because. Only with the Alexa, because we find the range, the latitude, almost like a human eye.
Right.
Yeah.
And that Alexa, of course, weighs about as much as the backpack that Reese Witherspoon is carrying around. Right?
Yeah, a little bit less, but it's 40 something with all the extra. Yeah, it's tough.
And if I understand it correctly, you operated the camera.
Yeah, always.
So you felt a little bit of what she was feeling, I'm assuming, out in the desert heat.
We had exactly the same. We lived the same thing. I always remember she would, after a take, a long take, she would say, "Yves, are you okay?" I would say, "Yeah." I mean, look at you. You just carry for 2 minutes 60 pounds of weight on your back.
Right.
It's maybe because a lot of times I was walking backwards. Sorry,
it's okay.
It's still there, and. Maybe for someone, when she was walking and she would see me doing, it's always weird. So she thought it would be tougher. It would be tougher to walk backwards, but not really.
Right. And then, of course, the experience of shooting out in the wild and all this beautiful nature.
No, it was great. Yeah, it was tougher for her because a lot of times when she's dressed like this, I have like my winter coat.
Right.
And I had it. I think it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking especially about the snow scenes, even in the desert. Like
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. She said it was very good. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
Okay. You have enough?
Yes, thank you.